everybody, and welcome to another episode of Window Shopping. And my name is Stephen Meade with Domicile Real Estate for people who love houses. And I want to talk about kind of a very special subset of properties here in Los Angeles. And I'm going to start this off by saying we are very, very lucky here in Southern California. Southern California has historically been home to a ton of amazing architects, especially some lesser known architects. And what that has meant is that not only have we had, especially as you get closer to central Los Angeles, just kind of a great stock of these sort of custom mid-century modern homes that were built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, but additionally, a very, very niche group of homes. And that is homes that were designed by architects for their own families. And these houses always are awesome, right? You think, what would an architect do for themselves? Well, they take bigger risks, right, when there's not a client involved. And I think you see that in the designs, and a lot of these designs have aged very, very well. And today, that's the house I want to talk about. And by the way, some of you out there, some of our clients have already reached out asking us about this house. About 3 people so far have reached out asking about it. So without kind of further ado here, this is 6303 Eunice Avenue in Los Angeles. It's actually in the Highland Park neighborhood, not too far from Avenue 64, if you know where that is. And this isn't our listing. It is listed by Kinga Dorosz of Keller Realty. I'm probably not getting that name right, but I've actually never met Kinga before. This is one of those homes that has a lot of cool design features. It's built on a hill. And hill sites can either be a challenge for an architect or they can be a chance to show off. And in this case, it's definitely the latter. So you have a garage at sort of this street level, but what you're actually looking at is the second story of the house. So you have this cool recessed entry. You can see a little staircase here going down. By the way, this is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, about 2,300 square feet, including kind of an art studio space. I'm not exactly enthused with the color scheme on the outside. I think that might be an opportunity for a future owner. This house has kind of a cool story too. It hasn't been for sale in 45 years. You would only be the 3rd owner of this house. So already kind of cool. It hasn't really had a lot done to it in those last 45 years. So as you can see, you've got the staircase that kind of goes down to this recessed entry from the street. Super, super awesome. This is kind of looking at that entry space there. And then this is what you're greeted with, is kind of this dining room space that's a lower ceiling, but then a living room space that is actually double height almost here. And that's what you're actually seeing from the street. You're seeing kind of the top of this space, the other side. So I'll show this in a second, but this house is actually designed kind of in 2 wings, which is super cool. So in the middle, you've got this living room, dining room space, a wall of windows that goes to the outside, some jalousie windows. This gives you a lot of views of the surrounding hills. You have great sight lines in a house like this, and you also have all this original woodwork and original details, which have not been touched. Wood ceiling, wooden floors. You know, some of these homes, you know, if this were built in the 1930s, this might have a little bit more of a stark international style feel to it. You can tell this architect was a fan. I believe this was Miller Lee Fong, who also designed the Lotus chair. Really a cool home that was designed, and it has a much warmer feel. I think these 1960s homes, especially these late 1960s homes, were really a sweet spot design, where the homes got bigger, you got bigger square footage than in the 1950s, and they were just a little bit more livable, but you still kept a lot of the cool designs. Building technology also improved. So as you can see here, you've got this cool little planting well here. You've got this kind of cool recessed kind of space in here in the wall. There's just a lot of cool design elements. This is looking up towards the ceiling, skylights. This is, again, that light well that you actually see from you can't see it from the street because this is a level down, but just really a lot of cool elements. We're looking over towards our kitchen space there. You've got a runway here that runs between the 2 wings of the house once you get upstairs. Super cool. And this is the kitchen, which has really been kept largely original except for some updates. You've got kind of a nook space here. The cabinets have been painted and the appliances have been changed. But other than that, it's really been left alone, right down to the wood, to the white. It looks like this is a white Formica, but it could have been updated to a quartz. But I believe these cabinets are in fact original. So this is a bedroom that is on the ground level, looking out into the yard. You've got a cool unsupported corner of glass. Just really kind of super awesome there. Actually, this might be one level up. You've got another bedroom. It's a 3-bedroom home plus an artist studio, a secondary bathroom here, which again has been kept largely original. You've got these really cool, these were super popular in the 1960s, these sort of like pattern tiles. So where the color was the standard white, but they actually have kind of cool indentations and they made a cool pattern with it. Original linoleum. This is another space. And this is a space that you see right here. I'm pretty sure this is where you walk in and you kind of have a choice to go up the stairs or go into that living room space. This is the upstairs area. Again, this is a runway that goes across, joining the 2 wings of the house together. This is looking down from the upper level. I believe this is the owner's suite here on the 2nd level. As you can see, beautiful wood treatments. I think these are some things that aren't really coming out so on the photos, but I bet they're great when you see them in person. Another original bathroom. It looks like they might have gone, it's hard to tell whether this is a Formica edge or if it's a quartz. The faucets have been updated, but this is largely the original configuration of this bathroom. And this is where you can kind of get a better idea on this house if you want to look here. So what you're seeing is the 2 wings. So the living room is kind of in this center section here. And then you've got space over here and then the secondary wing and the wings on both sides. So definitely a very unique design to this house. Again, I don't think the paint scheme is really doing it any favors. I would absolutely kind of change that if I were in here. And then this is again another view, kind of show you've got some nice hills views here. So we're going to kind of exit out of here for a second. I want to pull this up on a map so you can see where it is. So this is York down here, Avenue 64, Figueroa Street. You're kind of right in the middle of there, kind of in these hills. Really, it's a great spot. This is the 110 freeway or the Arroyo Seco Parkway, heading off to Pasadena in this direction. I'll zoom out here so you can maybe get a little bit of a better idea. Highland Park, Eagle Rocks up here, Pasadena, South Pasadena, Montecito Heights, Elysian Park, Echo Park, and then down here is downtown Los Angeles and the Arts District, to give you a good point of reference. It's listed at $1.3 million. And I actually think, unless there's something we're not seeing in this listing, I think that's underpriced. I think this house is going to go for more. This is a good amount of square footage. It's a cool house in a pretty desirable area to be. In a world where Eichler homes are going for $2 million almost in Orange County, I just see 1.3 for this as below market. Unless, again, there's something that we're not seeing. Really, buying a home that an architect built for himself or his or her families is really just kind of an amazing thing. And if you ever have a chance to do it, I highly recommend it. Yes, there are quirks and features, but really it's kind of a unique living experience because it was somebody who didn't have the same constraints they would have working with a client. If you like this home and you'd like to see it, they are doing private showings only. They're not doing public open houses on this property. Absolutely reach out to us. We would love to show it to you and represent your interests as a buyer. If you like architectural homes, but you don't like this particular house, still reach out to us. We would love to help you. And if you have an architectural property that you are interested in selling in Southern California, we can help you there too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We are so glad to have you with us and watching. We'll see you again real soon.